Good morning, dear friends. From last lecture, we started with next section under pharmacology subject, that is chemotherapy. Under chemotherapy, we completed first chapter, that is sulfonamides. Now from today, we start with the second chapter under, that is antibiotics. This is the second chapter under chemotherapy, that is antibiotics. नाउ व्हॉट आर अँटीबायोटिक्स. आजकाल आपण बघतो की काही झालं, सर्दी असेल, खोकला असेल, कुठलाही मायनर इन्फेक्शन जरी असेल तर फिजिशियन आपल्याला काय लिहून देतात? अँटीबायोटिक्स. सो फर्स्ट यू शुड नो व्हॉट आर अँटीबायोटिक्स. अँटीबायोटिक्स, दीज आर द ड्रग्स, substances or any chemicals, any drug, any substances or chemicals obtained from various group of pathogenic microorganisms like bacteria, actinomycetes, maybe from fungi. These substances are going to be extracted from various group of pathogenic microorganisms and used to kill or destroy or inhibit the growth of other group of pathogenic microorganisms. Other group of pathogenic microorganisms in low concentration or in high dilution. In low concentration, that is in small concentration, or in high dilution, these drugs, these chemicals which is extracted from various group of pathogenic microorganisms, maybe from bacteria, maybe from actinomycetes, maybe from fungi, and used to kill or destroy other group of pathogenic microorganisms, or some chemicals, some drug may inhibit growth of other group of pathogenic microorganisms, and in low concentration or in high dilution such as substances are called as antibiotics. म्हणजेच काय की मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझम पासूनच एक्सट्रॅक्ट करायचे पॅथोजेनिक मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझम पासून आणि दुसऱ्या पॅथोजेनिक ग्रुप ऑफ मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझमला किल करायचे किंवा डिस्ट्रॉय करायचे किंवा त्यांची ग्रोथ इनहिबिट करायची. दॅट सबस्टन्सेस यूज इन लो कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन और इन हाय डायल्यूशन सच अ सबस्टन्सेस आर कॉल्ड एज अँटीबायोटिक्स. इन मराठी मी कॉल्ड एज चोराला पकडण्यासाठी चोराचाच वापर करायचा. दॅट इज अँटीबायोटिक की चोरापासूनच हे करायचे आणि चोराला पकडायला वापर करतो. सेम that is these drugs are used in pathogenic microbial infections. की आजकाल जे काही इन्फेक्शन होतात त्याच्यामध्ये आपण प्रत्येक वेगळ्या अँटीबायोटिक देतो. nowadays so many antibiotics available in market. So example of antibiotics are penicillin, cephalosporin, tetracycline, chloramphenicol, erythromycin. All these group of substances, that is these are called as antibiotics. Only the exceptional case, that is chloramphenicol. This chloramphenicol antibiotic obtained from microorganisms also, but nowadays it is also synthesized in laboratory by chemical methods. So this is the exceptional case in antibiotic, that is chloramphenicol, which is nowadays synthesized by chemical method in laboratory, while remaining all types of antibiotic, all groups of antibiotics obtained from various, extracted from various group of pathogenic microorganisms and used to kill or inhibit or the growth of pathogenic microorganisms in low concentration or in high dilution. Therefore such substances are called as antibiotic. So दोन मार्काला definition विचारले जाऊ शकते. Define antibiotic, give example. So you understand that there are certain drugs, substances or chemicals obtained from various group of pathogenic microorganisms and used to kill or destroy other group of pathogenic microorganisms, or these drugs inhibiting growth of other group of pathogenic microorganisms. This word is also important, that is in low concentration or in high dilution. So examples are penicillin, cephalosporin, tetracycline, chloramphenicol, erythromycin. Out of this, the exception case, that is chloramphenicol, which is nowadays synthesized by chemical method, isn't it? So this is regarding definition of antibiotic. Now the next point, that is classification of antibiotic. These antibiotics broadly classified into different types according to their spectrum. These antibiotics classified into different types according to their spectrum. Now what do you mean by spectrum? Spectrum, that is nothing but the inhibitory effect of microorganisms against substances. Whatever the lethal effect or inhibitory effect of microorganisms to the drugs or substances, that activity that is to be called as spectrum. So according to spectrum, there are various types of group of antibiotic. In that first antibiotic, that those antibiotics effective only against gram-positive bacterial infections. That those antibiotics effective only against gram-positive bacteria, maybe gram-positive cocci or gram-positive bacilli. So like streptococci, pneumococci, gonococci, meningococci, these are all of the microorganisms that belonging to gram-positive. So those antibiotics effective only against gram-positive bacterial infections. Again here two types, that those used in systemic infection and those used in topical infection. Those used in systemic infection, example penicillin, cephalosporin group of antibiotics and erythromycin. These drugs belonging to first type, that is those antibiotic effective only against gram positive bacterial infection. कि जे infection from the gram positive bacteria में होना है, like streptococci, staphylococci, meningococci, pneumococci. These are the microorganisms belonging to gram positive. So those used in systemic infections, example penicillin, cephalosporin and erythromycin. Second type, topical infection. कि topical infection is a local infection which is caused by gram positive, isn't it? So example, that is bacitracin. This bacitracin, which is the infection caused by gram positive bacterial infection. Now second type, that those antibiotics effective only against gram negative bacterial infection. कि जे antibiotic effective only against gram negative bacterial infection. Example here again two type, that those used in systemic infection and those used in topical infection which is caused by gram negative bacteria. So those effective in systemic infection which is caused by gram negative bacteria, example are aminoglycoside antibiotics. Aminoglycoside antibiotics, example are streptomycin, gentamicin, kanamycin, neomycin and vareomycin. These are all the antibiotics that belonging to aminoglycoside group of antibiotics. We will see in detail, but here you remember that aminoglycoside antibiotics examples are streptomycin, gentamicin, kanamycin, neomycin and vareomycin. These antibiotics effective against gram negative bacterial infection, while topically infection which is caused by gram negative, example polymyxin and paramomyxin. That is the infection which is caused by gram negative bacteria, topical infection. Example are polymyxin and paramomyxin. Third type of antibiotic, that is broad spectrum antibiotic. Broad spectrum means those antibiotic effective against both gram positive and gram negative bacterial infection. So example are tetracycline and chloramphenicol. These antibiotics effective against both gram positive and gram negative bacterial infection, therefore called as broad spectrum antibiotics. Example tetracycline and chloramphenicol. Next type, that those antibiotics effective against acid-fast bacilli infection. The infection which is caused by acid-fast bacteria, that is acid-fast bacilli. Example streptomycin and rifampicin. Streptomycin and rifampicin. Next type of antibiotic, that is antifungal antibiotic. Antifungal, that is the antibiotic effective against fungal infection which is caused by fungi. Example crisofulvin, amphotericin B and nystatin. Next type, that is anti-malignancy antibiotic. Anti-malignancy, that is anti-cancer antibiotic, that is used in treatment of cancer. Example actinomycin D, mitomycin C and azoxystrobin. And last type, that those antibiotic effective in protozoal infection which is caused by protozoa. Example paramomyxin and fumagillin. So these antibiotic effective in protozoal infection. So this is the full classification of antibiotics. Sometimes then we ask for 4 marks. Define antibiotic, classify with example. So you understand that antibiotic, that is the substances obtained from various group of pathogenic microorganisms, maybe from bacteria, viruses, fungi and or actinomycetes and used to kill the other group of pathogenic microorganisms in low concentration or in high dilution. So these antibiotics classified into different types according to their spectrum. So spectrum is inhibitory effect of microorganisms to the drugs or substances. So according to that, those antibiotic effective against gram-positive bacterial infection. So here again two types: systemic infection, penicillin, cephalosporin, erythromycin; topical infection, bacitracin. Then those antibiotic effective against gram-negative bacterial infection, again two types: systemic aminoglycoside antibiotic like streptomycin, gentamicin, kanamycin, neomycin, biomycin, and topically used polymyxin and paramyxin. Then broad spectrum antibiotic, that is tetracycline and chloramphenicol. Acid fast bacilli, streptomycin, rifampicin. Then antifungal antibiotic effective against fungal infection, griseofulvin, amphotericin B, nystatin. Then anti-malignancy or anti-cancer antibiotic, actinomycin D, mitomycin C, azoxystrobin. Then those effective against protozoal infection, paramyxin and fumagillin. So this is the full classification of antibiotic. Sometimes they will ask, give two example of antifungal antibiotic, give two example of anti-cancer antibiotic. So you should know. So this is the first type, that is define antibiotic and classify antibiotic. Now let us start with the first type of antibiotic, that is those antibiotics effective against gram-positive bacterial infection. First type of antibiotic, that is those antibiotic effective against gram-positive bacterial infection. Now you know that in systemic infection which is caused by gram-positive bacteria, so examples are penicillin, cephalosporin and erythromycin. So these group of antibiotic effective against gram-positive bacterial infection like streptococci, pneumococci, gonococci, meningococci, against these drugs are effective. So example are penicillin, cephalosporin and erythromycin. So let us start with the first antibiotic, that is penicillin. Now under penicillin, first point, that is regarding history and source and chemistry of penicillin. Penicillin, it was discovered in 1928 by scientist Alexander Fleming. It was discovered in 1928 by scientist Alexander Fleming and it was extracted from Penicillium notatum and Penicillium chrysogenum species. It was extracted from bacterial species, that is Penicillium notatum and Penicillium chrysogenum species. Later on development take place and in 1949 scientists Florey and Chen began to work on real nature of penicillin. The natural form of penicillin, that is called as benzyl penicillin or also called as penicillin G, which is extracted from Penicillium notatum or Penicillium chrysogenum species. So later on development take place and in 1949 scientists Florey and Chen began to work on real nature of penicillin. Later on there is a development take place and nowadays variety of group of antibiotics or derivatives of penicillins are going to be available in market. This penicillin natural compound, chemically it contains beta-lactam, and because of presence of beta-lactam, this penicillin shows effectiveness against gram-positive bacterial infection, that is pneumococci, streptococci, staphylococci. So because of what? Because of the presence of chemical structure, that is beta-lactam, and due to presence of beta-lactam, penicillin shows effectiveness against this variety of gram-positive bacterial infection. Then in order to make the penicillin resistant against the action caused by GIP acid and by penicillinase enzyme. This penicillinase enzyme already present in plasma. If given penicillin given may causes inactivation. So to make the penicillin resistant against the action caused by penicillinase enzyme and GIP acid, there is attachment of 6-amino-penicillinic acid nucleus take place. That is 6-APA, 6-amino-penicillinic acid nucleus. Due to attachment of 6-amino-penicillinic acid nucleus, this ring making the activity, that is resistant against the action caused by GIT acid and penicillinase enzyme. And the natural form of penicillin, that is called as penicillin G or benzyl penicillin. Even in today's practice, penicillin is called as jack of all but master of none. Jack of all but master of none. कि प्रत्येक infection मध्ये, which is caused by gram-positive bacteria, effective against variety of infections, but master of none. So it is called as jack of all but master of none. So this is what, this is history, source and chemistry of penicillin. Sometimes they will be asked for 4 marks. Give history, source and chemistry of penicillin. So history, that is, it was discovered in 1928 by scientist Alexander Fleming, and it was extracted from Penicillium notatum and Penicillium chrysogenum species. Later on, development took place in 1949. Scientists Florey and Chen began to work on real nature of penicillin, and nowadays various derivatives of penicillin like amoxicillin, ampicillin, maybe of a carbonicillin, methicillin, these type of compounds derivatives are going to be available in market. So the natural form which is extracted from Penicillium notatum and Penicillium chrysogenum species, that is benzyl penicillin or penicillin G. Chemically, it contains beta-lactam ring. Due to presence of beta-lactam ring, it shows more effectiveness against gram-positive bacterial infection, and 6-amino-penicillinic acid nucleus, that making the activity or structure strong or resistant against the action caused by GIT acid and penicillinase enzyme. So this is regarding history, source and chemistry of penicillin. Now the next point, that is mechanism of action. That how this penicillin effective against gram-positive bacteria. You know that already we classified this penicillin, that is under bactericidal drug. It is bactericidal. That is when this drug given directly produces lysis or killing of pathogenic microorganism, pathogenic bacteria. So it is bactericidal drug. Even under introduction chapter of chemotherapy, we completed that mechanism of action of this chemotherapy agent, that this drug act by inhibiting cell wall synthesis of microorganisms or bacteria. Remember these 2 points, that this drug act by inhibiting cell wall synthesis of microorganisms. So when penicillin given, it act against multiplying organism during growing phase. कि ज्यावेळेस ग्रोथ होणार, ज्यावेळेस मल्टिप्लिकेशन ऑफ मायक्रोऑर्गॅनिझम होतं, इन्फेक्शन स्प्रेड होतं, at that time this antibiotic is given, it act by inhibiting cell wall synthesis of microorganism, mucopeptides of gram positive cocci and gram positive bacilli. So whenever there is a multiplication occurs, that when this drug given act by inhibiting cell wall synthesis. During cell wall synthesis, there is a water extracted from bacterial cell, and because of extraction of water from bacterial cells, there is a lysis or killing of bacteria occurs, and that killing of bacteria, that is called as bactericidal effect. Now here sometimes they ask describe method of action, so you supposed to explain like this. But same question in another way, that penicillin kills many bacteria but spare host tissue. हे ड्युरिजन बऱ्याच पेपर मध्ये विचारला जातो. That answer according to method of action. So penicillin kills many bacteria but spare host tissue. So this is what penicillin kills many bacteria. सगळ्या प्रकारच्या बॅक्टेरिया, म्हणजे ग्राम पॉझिटिव्ह, स्ट्रेप्टोकोकाय, स्टेफिलोकोकाय, गोनोकोकाय, न्यूमोकोकाय, मेनिंगोकोकाय, all types of bacteria, this penicillin is going to be effective, produces bactericidal effect, but without affecting to host tissue. कि पेशंटच्या टिश्यूला डॅमेज न करता inhibiting cell wall synthesis of bacteria, isn't it? And therefore penicillin kills many bacteria but spare host tissue. हे give reason maximum paper मध्ये विचारतात. So sometimes they ask mechanism of action, that is the direct question, or why penicillin kills many bacteria but spare host tissue. So you should explain this mechanism of action, that penicillin act by the mechanism, that is acting as a bactericidal drug, by the mechanism that is inhibiting cell wall synthesis against multiplying organism. कि जे growing phase आहे, जे multiplication of microorganism होता है, at that time during multiplication it inhibiting cell wall synthesis of microorganism, that is gram positive cocci and gram positive bacilli. So that causes lysis, that is because of what water extracted from cell and that drying of cell structure, that is lysis or killing of bacteria occurs, but without affecting to host tissue. कि host tissue पेशंटच्या टिश्यूला डॅमेज न करता मायक्रोऑर्गॅनिझमला किल करतात, and hence this penicillin is kills many bacteria but spare host tissue. So this is the mechanism of action. Now the next point, that is ADME. Penicillin drug effective by oral route of administration, but presence of food material in GIT may interfere absorption of penicillin, and therefore penicillin generally given before 1 hour of food or after 2 to 3 hours of food. Sometimes they may ask why penicillin should not be given in along with the food, because presence of food in GIT may interfere absorption. So it should be given before 1 hour of food or 2 to 3 hours of food. Even it possesses more affinity to bound with plasma protein, and there is a variation in duration of action. It does not process blood-brain barrier. Remember that penicillin does not produce any effect on central nervous system because it does not process blood-brain barrier. So under ADME, you remember that it should be given before 1 hour of food or after 2 to 3 hours of food, in order because presence of food material in GIT may interfere absorption of penicillin. Now the next point, that is adverse effect or side effect of penicillin. The major adverse effect of penicillin, that is called as anaphylactic shock. Anaphylactic shock, or it is also called as hypersensitivity reaction, that is allergic reactions. So the major side effect of penicillin or adverse effect of penicillin, that is anaphylactic shock or hypersensitivity reaction. The symptoms of anaphylactic shock may vary from skin rashes to cardiac collapse. कि काही पेशंटना फक्त स्किन रॅशेस होऊ शकतात, काहींना कार्डियाक कोलॅप्स, हार्ट डॅमेज सुद्धा होऊ शकतो. That is symptoms are so severe that may be from skin rashes up to cardiac collapse. Mainly it characterized by bronchospasm. कि काही पेशंटला bronchospasm होऊ शकतं, constriction of bronchial smooth muscle, and thereby there is a difficulty in breathing. So severe bronchospasm may occur. So there is a bronchospasm, angina edema may take place, hypotension, patient may goes under hypotension, and there is a chances of cardiac arrest may occur. That is the symptoms varied from skin rashes up to the cardiac collapse. Depending on the patient, it may lead to bruises, bronchospasm, angina edema, hypotension, cardiac collapse may occur, patient may go in coma, and finally death of patient may occur. These symptoms are so severe. Some patients are so sensitive that simple handling of penicillin tablet may lead to produces allergic reactions, isn't it? And therefore, whenever penicillin drug given to the patient, there is a detection of allergy of penicillin must. So how it is detected, we will see later on. But here you remember that the major side effect, major adverse effect of penicillin, that is called as anaphylactic shock or hypersensitivity reaction. That symptoms vary from skin rashes to cardiac collapse. That is depends on person to person. In some patient, there may be only allergy reaction, skin allergy, itching, edema may occur. While in some patient, there may be chances of bronchospasm. That constriction of bronchial smooth muscle may take place. There is a difficulty in breathing. Angina edema occurs. Hypotension may take place. Cardiac collapse may take place, and cardiac arrest may occur. Heart may stop, and patient may goes in coma. So this is the symptoms of anaphylactic shock or hypersensitivity. This is side effect or adverse effect. Sometimes we have mentioned major adverse effect and major therapeutic use of penicillin. So remember that major adverse effect or side effect, that is anaphylactic shock. Similarly, last chapter we completed regarding sulfonamide. Major side effect of sulfonamide, that is crystalluria formation. So next point, that is therapeutic uses of penicillin. So the first use, that penicillin, it is the major drug of choice against pneumococci. It is most effective against pneumococci. That is the infection which is caused by pneumococci, that is pneumonia. It is the drug of choice in treatment of pneumonia. In addition to this, penicillin also effective against meningococcal infections like meningococcal meningitis, Then streptococcal infection, staphylococcal infection, in streptococcal pharyngitis, in scarlet fever. Then streptococcal infections, meningitis also. In addition to this, it is also the drug of choice in venereal diseases. Venereal diseases, that is the diseases which is occurs due to sexually transmitted diseases like syphilis and gonorrhea. Penicillin drug also effective in venereal diseases like syphilis and gonorrhea. In addition to this, penicillin also used in botulism, that is in food poisoning also, in diphtheria, in Marathi we call it the gatsar, that is in diphtheria, in botulism, that is in food poisoning. This penicillin is going to be effective. So therapeutic uses of penicillin, that penicillin is the drug of choice against pneumonia, that is against pneumococci. So in that mention major adverse effect and mention major side effect, therapeutic use of penicillin. So therapeutic use, that is against pneumococci, used in drug of choice in pneumonia, major side effect anaphylactic shock. Similarly, sulfonamide, major side effect, that is crystalluria, and major therapeutic use of sulfonamide, that is effective against UTI, urinary tract infection, which is caused by E. coli, isn't it? So regarding therapeutic uses, that it is the drug of choice in pneumonia against pneumococci, also effective in meningococcal infection, meningococcal meningitis, streptococcal infections, streptococcal pharyngitis, in scarlet fever, staphylococcal infection. Another use that also effective in venereal diseases, that is the diseases which is occurs due to sexually transmitted condition, that is syphilis and gonorrhea. In addition to this, also effective in diphtheria and botulism. So this is regarding therapeutic uses, side effect and mechanism of action of penicillin. In addition to this, regarding doses, preparation and doses, that penicillin injections available in market given in the dose of 6 lakh to 12 lakh units by intramuscular route of administration. So 6 lakh to 12 lakh unit doses. Trade name for penicillin, benzyl penicillin, that is Penidior injections available in market. That Penidior injection, that is the trade name for benzyl penicillin or penicillin G injection, containing 6 lakh to 12 lakh unit. Remember the dose. Sometimes they have mentioned dose, route of administration, and one important use of benzyl penicillin or penicillin G. So it is used in the dose of 6 lakh to 12 lakh units by intramuscular route of administration. Trade name, that is Penidior injection. Even tablets are going to be available from 50,000 to 5 lakh units. Benzyl penicillin G tablets available in market 50,000 to 5 lakh units. That is Pentin tablet available in market given by oral route of administration. So tablets and injectable preparation 6 lakh to 12 lakh units given by intramuscular route, and trade name, that is Penidior injection, and in tablet form 50,000 to 5 lakh units by oral route of administration. So this is regarding dose, route of administration, and one important use of benzyl penicillin or penicillin G. Then one more indirect question, that penicillin is called as life-saving as well as life-threatening drug. Sometimes they will be asked, give reason question, that penicillin is called as life-saving as well as life-threatening drug. Now why penicillin is called as life-saving? Because it is most effective against variety of gram-positive bacilli and gram-positive cocci infection. So you should explain all these therapeutic uses. And life-threatening because of its severe side effect, that is anaphylactic shock, which is characterized from mild skin rashes to cardiac collapse, isn't it? So patient may go in coma, death of patient may occur. That is so severe allergic reactions may occur, and therefore it is also called as life-threatening. So if that's the question, give reason that why penicillin is called as life-saving as well as life-threatening drug. So life-saving because of therapeutic uses. We are supposed to explain all therapeutic uses of penicillin. Then it is also called as life-threatening because of its side effect or adverse effect. You should explain the symptoms of anaphylactic shock, that is from mild skin rashes to cardiac collapse, bronchospasm, angina, edema, hypotension. So these are the symptoms, and because of this, patient may go in coma and death of patient may take place. So that is life-threatening effect. So this is a indirect question may be asked, that is why penicillin is called as life-saving as well as life-threatening drug also. Then another reason question, that generally penicillin given along with probenecid. Generally penicillin and probenecid combination given to the patient. This is because if penicillin given alone, there is a fast excretion take place from body and minimizes or decreases pharmacological actions and duration of action. To overcome this, if given along with the probenecid that is the drug used in treatment of gout. Now if given in combination, this probenecid compete for tubular excretion and there is a excretion of probenecid take place while penicillin reabsorbed in body and thereby increases duration of action of penicillin. So generally penicillin given along with the probenecid combination. So because of competition at the for excretion, if plain alone penicillin given rapid excretion take place, decreases duration of action. If given along with the probenecid, then reabsorption of penicillin take place while probenecid excreted from body and thereby increases duration of action of penicillin. So this question may be asked in division that why penicillin and probenecid given in combination, then why penicillin is called as life saving as well as life threatening. So you should explain therapeutic uses and adverse effect of penicillin. Then mechanism of action of penicillin is also important. Sometimes we ask describe mode of action, or indirect question, penicillin kills many bacteria but spare host tissue. So you should explain this mechanism of action. So this is regarding history, source, nature, chemistry, mechanism of action, ADME, adverse effect, side effect, therapeutic uses, preparation and doses, and due reasons related with penicillin. Now next point under penicillin, that is how allergy detection take place in penicillin. So we'll see in next lecture. Thank you.